Coach,
Okay.
what do you think in the back here? What do you think Kevin Wilson did for Indiana football as you kind of watched it from afar?
Well, when I watched it from afar, Kevin Wilson is an offensive coach for Ohio State now because of what he did in Indiana. He averaged in 5 games against Ohio State. Kevin Wilson's Indiana team averaged 27 points a game. That is a hell of a record against the Buckeyes. And because of that, he put Indiana in the light, and he got the Ohio State job. But I was tremendously impressed with his ability as an offensive coach.
Thank you.
What's it like for you to be back this weekend, just to be honored to see your former teammates, to be back on campus and get a chance to see IU in person?
Well, it's very emotional for me because I got a chance this morning to meet with my staff. I met with 8 coaches that worked for me here in Indiana, and we had breakfast together. And then I'm going to meet with approximately over maybe 100 guys that played for me. And that's a tremendous feat. I just can't tell you how excited I am about being at the game. It's been 35 years since I left Indiana, and it's the first time I've seen him play in person. And so I'm really excited about that. And the fact that I got to be with some of my players, that added a lot to this.
What was your reaction when you guys decided to come back to Bloomington? Obviously,
Mark Deal, one of my former players, notified me that I would get the Bill Orrick Award a lot sooner than we were. ESPN was coming here. I was scheduled to come and get the award, and then when ESPN said they were going to do the game, I was overwhelmed. It's a great pleasure, but Indiana deserves it because they've got a chance to get Ohio State, and it's a big name in the Thursday night football would be great because of Indiana, Ohio State. So I was really thrilled, excited to be back.
How big of an opportunity?
1 second, guys.
Dang it.
How big of an
Wait, excuse me. Before you, for you people that don't know it, and maybe I had a stroke years ago, and I've had a lot of therapy, and it's helped. But sometimes I have a hard time speaking because it affected my speech. I couldn't talk for a while, so please excuse me if I hesitated, because it's because of my stroke. What next question?
Yeah, how big of an opportunity is this game for IU football?
Well, it's tremendous because it's on national television against one of the top teams in the country. And Indiana's made a lot of progress. I saw parts of the new stadium. That's wonderful, and they've got a good football team. They've got a chance tonight because I think they're going to play better defense than people think they can. And that's the secret to an Indiana or any team. You got to get better defensively as a football team before you can get to winning all the time. So I think they got a chance.
What are your impressions of Tom Allen, the new IU coach?
Well, I think he's a perfect Indiana coach. He reminds me a lot of Billy Lynch. You know, when Billy Lynch was here, he was an Indiana State person. Everybody knew him. And I think Tom Allen, I had a nice conversation with and he's a terrific guy. And I think that the team was really excited about him being named coach. And I think it was a great move to put him in there as the head coach. He has all the Indiana context. I believe his father was coach at Ben Davis or somewhere, and so I know he's got the background to be a great Indiana coach.
Can you talk about the growth of the GameDay program over the course of these 20 years and how it's really turned into essential Saturday viewing for many fans?
Well, now it's an event. I never thought we'd ever get that situation. First year we went in 1993, we went to Notre Dame, Florida State, and there was a few people around. But now we go and it's an event. There's all kinds of things going around the event, and people seem to be very excited about having us. I know that Indiana's excited to have us because we've never been there before, and it's like that in every place we go. If we haven't ever been there, it's really exciting, and they have done a great job for us. But it's like an event now. Just people all over the place, and it's really great.
Talon was in a similar position as you were when you led IU to their first bowl win. He's trying to lead them to their first bowl win in 26 years. What's some advice that you would give him as a coach trying to win that game at the end of the year?
Get good players. You win with good players. That's no secret. You got to keep recruiting and get good players and keep winning. But most important thing is don't prostitute your integrity to get